Hi, welcome to Titanium Works channel. Here we have the Knifes MPS, designed with SEAL special warfare in mind and specifically corrosion and magnetic issues covered. Titanium is a truly wonderful material, however as a knife it forms additional difficulties, but let's look at the advantages. In a salt, sea or corrosive environment it performs exceptionally well. It is non-magnetic, making it excellent in medical and military applications such as MRI scans, scanning and mine clearance. It's light, weighing 2/3 of the weight of steel, with greater strength and stiffness compared to most structural steels and other metallic materials. It has a warm, soapy feel, looks awesome and is exceptionally fatigue resistant. However, with regards to knife making, it does have some unique disadvantages as well. Hardness. You can only really achieve Rockwell hardness of C46-47, and that's when using special high-grade, pure, grade 5 alloys, solidified as a beta alloy, a specific place in the molten state where different carbides form. The material properties are such that edge retention itself is very poor, and it does not maintain enough hardness to form a super sharp edge. So if you're looking for a razor, look elsewhere. Edge angle is critical, so the MPS that I bought here from Mission Knives, I bought this through Henny Hayes, who ordered it for me specifically from the USA. By the time I received it, with import duties, taxes, shipping and everybody else's cut, it came in at over £600 and several months of waiting and chasing. However, there is a link to Henny Hayes below and also a link to Mission Knives. But for a thing of beauty, this is all fine, and all things titanium are just lovely. The sheath. So, to the sheath. The mono sheaths are adequate, but the Velcro versions that they use, in my opinion, limit what we can do with them. Getting a belt through, if you need to run a belt, is pretty difficult, and you should opt for the additional belt strap instead. Also, where they join the sheath, it's a single fixing, which allows them unfortunately to turn, and they do loosen quite regularly as you are just biting up on a cloth. As a magnetic safe product, the fixings and the rivets on the sheath are all steel, and I think that's a little lazy for a product of such high technological capability. The kydex itself is functional but basic. It's fairly thick. What we find is that its retention at the choil is worn. As you can see, this is kydex forming on here from the knife, locking in place and releasing. I'd have preferred a button release, giving a more positive retention and release, and probably less rattle. As you can see, the blade does tend to rattle in there, and there is a significant amount of movement of the blade. A couple of small Velcro straps that I often fit are pretty useful, a couple of inch long, and they do give an additional positive retention. So to the blade. Oh, one last thing, there is actually a drain hole just here, which is actually of a very good size and works very well. Having tested this in water with sand to see how it flows out, it's pretty good. So it does wash out, and giving it good use for it in the sea. So on to the blade. Starting with the handle. I have large hands, pretty huge hands, and the gentle curves of the belly here actually work very well. The length I find is spot on, giving a small amount at the pommel and plenty of room for different grips and to use in different ways, meaning that it actually size-wise and proportionally works very well as a tool. The paracord is of good quality and the handle wrap has not loosened over time. However, the use has only really been at this kind of level, fiddling, looking, showing people, rather than any sort of heavy work. The blade just isn't really designed for that, although it is thick. Obviously all the full specs I'll put up at the end of the video and in the link below. The blade itself, the bead blast is even and the machining is all very good. However, the edge was an uneven grind all the way around and uneven either side. I've put a lot of work into trying to balance this up, and being titanium it does machine very easily. However, maintaining the specific blade angle was more of a challenge around the curve. Managed to do that, and it's given it a reasonable edge. Super fine edge was just not possible. I can't quite get this to curving paper slice. However, it is certainly to a functional standard for a diver. So you just have to consider the intended purpose. The thumb ramp and grip are very useful. It does grip against the thumb without being unpleasant. Though if you were using it for hours on end, obviously that would be more of a problem, but I still find that very, very effective. The machining on the serrations are very even. I don't know whether it shows up on the video, but you can see the original machining marks there. There was no polishing, no effort to run this to particularly sharp, but they're there. They haven't dulled at all, and they have shown themselves very good at cutting rope. So in summary, I love this knife. I have no use for it. I'm not in the SBS, I'm not in the Navy SEALs, I'm not a diver, so it's of limited use. However, so for someone in those roles that don't need anything more combative or more long-term field use, so for someone who is doing a specific diving mission, or a standard Navy diver that needs just a backup when he's subsurface, it could be very good. I think it works exceptionally using those particular advantages that we outlined earlier. However, its disadvantages do limit its use as a general tool. So you do have to consider obviously how this is marketed and what it's aimed for, and it's not a general tool. It's expensive. It's pretty rare. Don't see many reviews on them. Don't see much information on them. But they are very cool. Considering, however, the modern materials that are available for knives and the quality of knives that you can get now in that kind of price range and well below, there's not enough wow for this knife in my opinion. But its rarity in being titanium is certainly a draw. Even the logo, laser etched logo, it's not indented in any way. It's purely surface. So as it surfaces on the bead blast, any real work on those areas will tarnish that and remove that fairly quickly. It just screams that the manufacturer really run out of a bit of enthusiasm and could have made this slightly less simplistic and put a bit more effort perhaps into the edge and the final finishing, and then I think it would have matched up a little bit higher. However, it is what it is. It's a useful tool for a diver. Thank you for watching.